live? I can't tell. I think I'm live. My computer's been glitchy lately, so I'm not sure. So, hey Girl Scouts and hey friends of Coastal CPR and First Aid. This is just a short little follow-up live. I did one earlier today for the Girl Scout Council and had an ambitious list of what to do. And the training lives I'm doing are supposed to only be 15 to 20 minutes, and one was 25 minutes. And I obviously didn't get to everything. And I know for our Cadet Girl Scouts, I didn't cover part of what you needed for your first aid badge. I mostly covered what the Brownies and Juniors needed. So this is just a really quick live, and if you're watching it on replay, that's fine. Just feel free to throw a hashtag in the comments that says like replay, just hashtag replay, just so I know that this is valuable. So before I dive into step 4 on the Cadet First Aid Badge, I just really quickly wanted to throw out there that I am putting together a series of short videos. I'm calling them safety snippets. They're all 5 minutes or less, various first aid and safety topics. Some of these will be badge related, some of them will not be badge related. They're for a variety of different groups, and it kind of answers some questions people have posed to me over time. So just throwing that out there. And if you have a troop, whether it's Girl Scout troop or Boy Scout troop, Trail Life, Campfire Girls, American Heritage Girls, I've done training for all sorts of different groups, and I'm affiliated with a couple. So I just wanted to throw out there, if you have a specific topic that you're interested in, just message me through this page. I might not get back to you right away, or you can always email me at info@coastalcpr.com. So for our Cadet Girl Scouts, my apologies that I didn't get to this earlier, and it will be in a follow-up Facebook Live workshop that we will probably do. So there's a couple of the topics that I wanted to get to, especially dealing with outdoor emergencies, which tie into a number of different badges. But for you, step 4 is to know about, to recognize, and how to treat shock. So first off, there's 8 different types of shock, believe it or not. The most common that we think of is caused by blood loss, whether it's external bleeding that we could see, and we talked about treating bleeding as both a minor and an urgent first aid issue earlier today. There's also internal bleeding that we can't see. And what happens in shock is your body wants to keep everything from like your brain to your bottom working. This is all the stuff that keeps us going. Our brain, all our core organs, our heart, our lungs, all the stuff inside. Our body needs to keep that going. And when we're losing blood, whether it's from internal or external bleeding, what happens is that we don't have enough blood to keep everything running. So your body shunts your blood to your core, meaning it's putting more blood here and less in like my arms and my legs. So my skin starts to get kind of pale. It gets cool to the touch. It starts to have like a cool sweat on it. And I'll probably start to shiver a little bit because it's cold because there's not much blood in there. Okay. Now, we're still losing blood though. So your body compensates. Your heart basically doesn't like what's going on because your blood pressure is dropping because you're losing blood. So your body releases adrenaline, which is your body's natural, it's epinephrine, to increase your heart rate, to get your heart to beat faster, to pump the blood faster, to get the blood pressure up, which in some ways causes you to bleed a little bit faster because your heart's pumping a lot faster, so it's moving all that blood out. So our person in shock is going to have pale, cool, clammy skin. They're also going to complain that they're tired because they're losing blood. They might complain that they're hungry or thirsty. They might be a little bit confused because they don't have as much blood, especially up in their brain. But at the same time, they're going to be agitated, which seems weird. They're going to be tired and agitated because they're really tired and fatigued, and they're jacked up on adrenaline at the same time. It's kind of an odd mix. And this is the person who just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's a kind of in some ways, I think it was like a downward spiral. So anybody who's taken any kind of has extreme external bleeding you could see, or anyone that you suspect might have an internal injury, they've had any kind of a blow to their torso, to their chest, their abdomen, their back, and they start to exhibit these symptoms, they could be going into shock. So how we treat shock. Well, first off, we're going to call 911. This is This is an urgent first aid issue. They need advanced medical help and they need the services of the folks on the ambulance. We're going to call 911. The second is we're going to lie down. If there's no injury to their back, their hips, or legs, feel free to elevate their feet. And then we cover them up in blankets. And we basically keep them as calm and steady and as we can and comfortable as we can until the ambulance shows up. Now, I know we think, well, we're just going to cover with a blanket. What does that do? And it does a couple of things. And in your first aid kit, most first aid kits come with an emergency blanket. Some people call it a Mylar blanket. Some brands call it survival wrap, Mayday blanket. I've seen a number of different labels and brands. In a lot of stores like Walmart or Target, you'll find these like in the camping section. They're actually fairly inexpensive. I know this little package doesn't look like much, but when I unfold it, this blanket is 4.5 feet wide by 7 feet long. It's like huge. And it's the same material. This is one that's out of the package. This is going to be noisy. I apologize because these things are not quiet. This thing is huge. I'm going to sit back a little bit. It's noisy as I unwrap it. I can't refold these as small as the original package, so I'm not taking that one up. I'm still unfolding. So this is like seriously huge. This is how wide it is. Arm, and this is how long it is. It's really big. If I was cold down here in my basement, I'd wrap myself up in it, but I'm wearing a t-shirt because I have a pellet stove down here and it's just hot. So, but what this simple, crinkly, noisy blanket does is it reflects their body heat back on them. Now, if you don't have one of these, anything will work. Jackets, hoodie, sweaters, sleeping bag, throw something on them. It'll work. But most first aid kits have one of these. And if you have one, don't take it out of the package, but you stick your hand in the package, your hand's going to get really hot really fast because what this is doing is it's reflecting their body heat back on. The Mylar blanket isn't necessarily treating the shock. The Mylar blanket is keeping them as stable as we can keep them until more advanced help arrives, and that's what we're trying to do. So for our Cadet Girl Scouts, recognizing shock. This is our patient who is pale. They are tired, fatigued, might complain that they're hungry or thirsty. They're agitated. Their skin is cool and sweaty to the touch. Some people feel like they're nauseous and some people might vomit. And to treat it, we're going to call 911, lay them down, keep them comfortable, and wrap them up and keep them warm. So I apologize for not getting to that earlier, but I'm supposed to do those first aid video, the Facebook Live training badge workshops in 15 to 20 minutes, and I was at almost 25 minutes, and I realized I wasn't going to get to shock. So I hope this was super helpful. I'm not sure if anyone's watching live, but if you catch the replay later, just throw a tag in there. If there's a first aid topic, safety topic, or another topic for a badge that you'd love to see a video on or want to talk to me about, feel free to send me a message. Anyway, I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe, and have a good night.